Hi everyone, I'm MS Team on the air, and this is our video about CoinFest Asia and Blockchain Summit 2023 Bali. Our team has attended a number of events related to Web3 development. At such events, you can get practical information and valuable connections, explore real solutions that bridge the gap between Web2 and Web3 industries, take part in workshops, and learn about latest development and practices in the industry. Connect with industry leaders, share your ideas, and build strong partnerships. Therefore, we recommend attending such events, networking, and meetups. And for those who missed it, we are happy to cover them and share with you. Enjoy the video. Let's go.
My name is Rahul Advani. I'm the Policy Director for Asia Pacific at Ripple.
Bill. Uh, so you're from Ripple.
Ripple, yeah.
So I wanted to ask you, what are you feeling about this big event, CoinFest Asia?
Oh, I love it. I was here at CoinFest last year. This year it's bigger, it's better, much more engaging discussions. Absolutely love being here.
What do you think about the perspective for crypto in Indonesia, in the market?
Yeah, I think we have progressive regulations in place in Indonesia. What's missing is the institutional participation. But I'm sure, with the regulators looking at this more closely, we will see a more dynamic market develop and building for use cases where there's friction.
So, can you tell for us some near plans from Ripple? What they wanted to do?
So Ripple, as you may know, is we started as focusing on payments. We've now since expanded and now looking at liquidity, looking at custody, looking at tokenization, and we're continuing to build, we're continuing to grow. We have a huge presence in Asia Pacific. That's why I'm here in Indonesia. We're working with regulators and policymakers around the globe, but especially in Asia, because we see a lot of growth in Asia. So we're very invested in being in Asia.
So my name is Aji Prasetyo, and I'm also a senior talent partner from Blockchain Talent Indonesia. What we do, we are providing blockchain talent. So basically, we are like a headhunter that focusing for Web3 talent in Asia Pacific as well. So not limited to Indonesia, but we hunting for Southeast Asia. To be honest, in Indonesia, I believe it's still be more growing better than USA actually, because we don't have like a SEC that really feel defense about innovation in cryptocurrency. Indonesia, I believe the problem is not about the government but the people itself. That maybe some of them really slow to adapt the crypto or the blockchain technology. But I believe 2 years or 3 years from now, in Indonesia will keep it adapted the product or the blockchain technology.
Well, my name is Anderson. Yeah, I'm from I'm in charge of the business development, as in trading volume side, things like that, and about the users' problems, how to deposit, withdrawal, things like that. A bit of technical issues, but I'm not really in charge of that. But I'm helping them to just give them to the support, escalate the issues to the support team. Yeah.
So, and what is X? What are you doing?
Well, OKS is top 3 exchanges in the world, as in we have a spot market and we also have the future market. So basically it's mostly about trading. So you can come to our platform to do buying and selling and staking. Beside the DEX itself, OKS is also quite popular with the DEX side. So in one single app you have DEX and DEX. So in the DEX side, you can find a lot of airdrop you can get some rewards by doing some tasks inside. Also sending money, withdrawing money, things like that. You can do with one single app, which is called OKX.
Oh, and what about the contest? What are you feeling? You like it? Is it?
Yeah, I really love this vibe in CoinFest itself. Well, a lot of people, quality people, I've met quite a lot of enthusiasm. This from crypto industry. Some of them actually in the Web2 industry, but they are here to learn up about cryptocurrencies. And we do have a speaking slot by our director Lennox here in CoinFest, sharing about his insight in crypto. And I can really see people are always passionate about crypto, how to learn, how to practice, how to apply it in the daily life. So I love the vibe, and because here we are meeting international people, not just locally people from Bali, but also people. I met one guy from Latvia, from France, UK, Netherlands. Well, name all the countries, they are all here. Probably 52 countries are all gathering in one single place. And I just checked, like, I think there are about 3,000 people here. Like, it's
Yeah.
no limit, like, many people to meet. Yeah.
And what do you think about international market? Do you have a big perspective with maybe more than another country? Because I was surprised when I see so much products from Indonesia.
I see. Well, Indonesia itself, it's a country that has about 270 million people, and the average young people consists about 30% plus. So we kind of know,
yeah.
and
You already researched it.
yeah, you already done some research about that. That's why OKS is trying to come into Indonesia. Well, you see, the people here in Indonesia, the youngsters, they're so passionate. They're learning English and they're learning to create smart contract, blockchains. Even myself, I think I've already met like 30 projects locally by local people. Somehow I'm quite surprised, especially in Bali itself. The vibe is here and people just talk in the cafe. They start to do like, developing one project. There's something like play to earn, dating to earn, and whatever kind of to earn, like walk to earn, even that kind of project, and even blockchain. I've seen the youngsters come up with their own blockchain, and it's from Indonesia and listed in the CoinMarketCap as well. So this is, of course, well, Indonesia with that kind of mass population, top 5 in the world. I see that we are in the DEX itself. We are like top 10 to 20 in the whole world, users coming from Indonesia side. So based on the IP address and everything, we check Indonesia is really, really fast growing country in the crypto industry.
My name is Joko Sumitro.
And what are you doing in the gate?
I'm a business development team in Indonesia, especially for Indonesia market.
Oh, what do you think about the Indonesian market, about the perspective here?
Okay, from our perspective, Indonesia market is sexy actually.
Oh.
Yeah, because of what? Because I can see a big pile of percentage user is not in crypto. So even the bank itself has a very big market to cover all the unbanked, and also we do have a big pie for us to introduce crypto to that portion, of course, that portion of the market. And we seeing that the government also tailoring everything very tidy. And just now, Indonesian government has launched their index exchange. So that might be a chance for another product or another ecosystem to come live in Indonesia. And of course, it will be a lot of opportunity for all of us to explore a new project or what kind of solution that you want to bring to Indonesia.
So do you think that Indonesia country can be one of the first countries who's going to be approved crypto for all.
Okay, so basically, what can we see right now? The government want to make sure everything is fit into the law and regulation. Of course, they don't want to kill another ecosystem for a new ecosystem, but they want to collaborate together. So with a new regulator head from the OJK or in US we call it as a SEC. Yeah, they are doing their job right now. They are exploring, and just now I also met one of them, and they are right now surveying what kind of ecosystem that crypto have in the world, and then they want to make sure that this ecosystem can be benefit to the Indonesia market and the businesses in Indonesia. So from that perspective, I can see they are thinking they want to make something different. It's different from the past. The past they only want the money, they only want to get the tax, and then right now they not only want that, they also want to grow the market because the transaction volume is 2 times than the stock market. So definitely this will be a very big opportunity for Southeast Asia because in Southeast Asia every country is like they want to make their own standard, but Indonesia want to make sure that this standard can be used to worldwide.
So, Ricardo, please tell us what you think about the Grand Fest. How is it going on for you?
Yeah, it's great so far. Second day here, and I thought I would have learned a lot about crypto, but I also learned a lot about event planning because I have to say every detail was really well think through and really amazing experience as a speaker, to be honest. Yeah.
What do you think about Asia and Indonesia? Because today we see how that many companies from Web3 just migrate to Asia, open offices in the different countries, in Hong Kong and Singapore and Indonesia as well. So, what do you think about the potential of Asia? Is it look like today as kind of central of crypto?
Yeah, no, absolutely. You know how the crypto goes into cycles, and every cycle the technology matured, there's new dynamics, and everyone is expecting a strong next bull market to be very Asian driven. There's a lot going on. I think there's aspect going from governments, they're opening up, they're doing friendly regulations to attract, and others they instead are afraid to losing control basically, and they're sort of cutting themselves out from opportunities. That's the way we see in the market, which is pretty stupid, you know, to shoot yourself in the feet. So there's a government level, but I think also that there is a lot of passion about the technology from a user perspective and developers perspective, and that's what make Asia, Indonesia so interesting for the market. And I mean, the market just follows where it can grow the most, and if you make a friendly environment, you're sure that then it's gonna flourish. Right? So.
Yeah. And about the other ventures, so how you to support it with you're gonna work? So what the main point? How do you look on this?
Yeah, so as Outlier Ventures, we were born in 2014. We're very old into the industry, and we've been investing globally since day one. We were born as a remote company, and we invested across all the different categories of the blockchain. And that's the beauty of it, you know, having diversified portfolio. We have AI, metaverse, crypto, DeFi. And what's our interest basically, if you read through our investment thesis, was really to give that support that founders need to contribute to the open metaverse thesis. So there's, let's say, like a good way to really redistribute the value into the users, which is the open metaverse concept, to really leverage the values of the Web3 that we endorse. And there is like a shortcut from big corporates. They just leverage the hype and the primitives of the Web3 technology to gather even more control over the user and tracking them down even farther. So our perspective is really like, how do we make sure that we bring our full potential into the painful but right way to do things, and then we support all the founders that are aligned with they have a great potential aligned with that vision. We bring them into the network, and we take them by hand, and we bring them to the market successfully. That's all.
So my name is Arjuna Skykop. I'm the CTO of Bitwire. We are the cryptocurrency exchange that focus on derivative, like perpetual contracts, options. But we also provide the spot exchange. Right now, our main business that's currently running is like OTC. Our clients are like institutions and high net worth individuals. But we want to provide our services to retail users. That's why we built the exchange for retail traders. But we also have other offerings like peer-to-peer mobile apps, so people can exchange the crypto to other people without going through the exchange. So that's mainly what Bitwire does.
So you're already working, so you're not a startup.
I'm sorry?
You're already launching, yeah? So,
So the application has just been launched recently. So it's very, the application is very new, but our company has been started like a few years ago. It takes a while to build exchange, so that's why it takes a long time to release the exchange, because we write our own trading engine, the matching engine, the credit risk asset management. We write ourselves the engine.
Can you tell me, please, what do you think about the Indonesian market and perspective for products and crypto here?
So according to the last survey, we have like a couple of millions retail traders that mainly buy and sell cryptocurrency on the cryptocurrency exchange, and that's quite a lot of numbers. But it's very few people do activities on chains like buying, selling NFT with MetaMask, doing the DeFi activities. So the upper side, I think, is still high. The potential is still big. So we want to become the bridge to the decentralized exchange.
Yeah, so my name is Fato. I basically do community management for Jagat. Jagat is an off-ramp crypto wallet. It's a decentralized wallet. Basically what we do, we bridge cryptocurrency to Indonesian local economy. So yeah, there are many products that we offer currently. So if you want to convert your crypto to IDR, you can do with our app, and then later on send you your local bank, Indonesian local bank, or to e-wallet. So yeah, that's pretty much what we do. We also enable P2P transfer, and now we are still working closely with the regulator. Yeah.
So you're already working with regulation.
We are working closely with the regulator to acquire license.
And can you tell to us some, I don't know, maybe some insights how the government looking today on the regulation on the crypto?
Yeah, sure. Our government is very supportive in terms of blockchain environment and also adoption in Indonesia. Somehow there are always challenges how to be very compliant, that also bring value and a benefit to our society, to our country, economy. So indeed it's something challenging, but how do I see there's always improvement. Government becomes more open, but also manage the compliance part. So yeah, what I can say, Indonesian government so far has become very supportive.
So, can we say today that Indonesia can be one of the first countries who's gonna adopt the crypto?
Yes, I believe so. And according to data 2023, there's over 10% of Indonesian that invest in crypto or have crypto. So can you imagine 270 million people, and 10% of it have already bought crypto, which is a lot. It's a lot number. It's a big number.
Hello kids, so it was nice to be at this event. How do you find how it came for you like a sponsor of this?
Well, it's a good place in here. It's a good event in here. We really love it. Seeing a lot of people in here. I really love the traction in the community, in this place. Especially, they want some ice cream and they come to us, and we have a lot of guests actually.
And in general, how you find the Indonesian market? How important is it for Bybit? What's your main targets for this year, maybe or next one?
Yeah, we hope, of course, we want a higher trading volume in our centralized exchange, especially in Indonesian market, which actually it's already good for this year, but we want, for last year, but we want a better volume number and people to come in Bybit this year.
Yeah, and if, for example, we compare like Indonesian market, it's number 1, 2, 5, 6 for Bybit. How important is it?
For globally,
Yeah.
for globally, it's same as important as global, but let's say it's number 2.
And number 1, please.
Of course, it's around the world. It's we cannot say which place because it's globally counted.
Okay.
We are in here in SEA market.
Understand. And maybe, do you plan to invent some innovations like in your exchange? Because I've seen that Bybit always try to be number 1 and offer new things. Maybe you are preparing some token offer a new model, or what some innovations you got to deliver to your audience?
Yeah, well, it's still it's still something that we cannot share in this years, but yeah, you only need to wait mental.
And when you will launch it, just say when this magic thing, when it will happen.
Soon.
Soon. This month, next month, before New Year. You're under NDA?
Yeah, well, maybe this year.
Okay. And what would be, I think, let's take year 2024. For Bybit, the main success, what you will say that now in Indonesia we achieved our top aims, like for 2024 year. What will be the top aim, maybe the number of users or the volume of trading? What is your like KPI?
Yeah, well, we aim a larger community come to our social media. Of course, we want to aim around, let's say 30,000 people will come to our local community, and we aim a higher number in global community.
And do you plan somehow to educate your community, like Indonesian community, maybe some academy or plans to make courses for them to explain how assets, where they different, how to trade? Do you have such?
Yeah, of course, we have an AMA session. Of course, we have educational session, which is let's say once a week we have in our community until.
I'd like to welcome you here in our booth or our stand. My name is Nyoman Sunastra. We are a presentation of our project is Sembako Token. Yeah, Sembako Token is created by Indonesian and 1.5 years ago. So in meantime, the project is very good. Project regarding about the food. Yeah, real project, main project regarding about the food and digitalization of the food. And now, for last 1.5 years, our project increased, especially about the digital asset, increased for almost 3,000%. Yeah. starting pre-sale at 10,000 rupiah, and now the price at our three chain exchanger is become almost 300,000. 300,000 rupiah, yeah, in our money. But in dollars, there is in dollars in our exchange in a global market, yeah. So at this time in GoInvest, I was very happy meet everyone from all over the world, including you from Russia. Nice to meet you, sir.
Yeah,
And
nice to
then
meet you.
welcome you to also in Bali. I know you. I believe also you stay in Bali for a while because there is a political time in back at home. It was very happy to have you here. And I hope this project make you also join us also, yeah, because this is very good. The supply was very limited, only 299 millions. So it's very limited, yeah. And this is our utility project, first project. The second project will be SBB, our security project. So already pre-sale, very already done. So and then now it's already 39,000 in our pre-sale, and already done, stop. And now soon in next month they will be listing in one of global market. Will be in the price of was $3.
Oh.
Yeah, in next month the project time will be next month. So it is one very good, yeah. Somehow because the project was full. In last 1.5 years, our community or our user is 18,000.
Cool.
Yeah, it's
Very
cool, I think. Yeah, so make this happen from Indonesia to global.
So my name is Gabor. I'm a Polkadot ambassador from Hungary. And basically, Six and I had a vision to create like physical locations for the Polkadot community all over around the world. We had this vision, I think, last year, like last October or something like that. And he said to me, okay, let's start in Bali, because he was here before that and he saw the community, saw the enthusiasm. There are also local Polkadot ambassadors, which is super cool, and also substrate developers. So yeah, we came here in January. We stayed for 2 months and we met with Michael, who's the head of Republic Rupiah, which is Indonesia's biggest media platform, and also with Anta, of course, who's the head coordinator of the Bali Blockchain Center. And yeah, we just had a couple of negotiations, maybe like 3 and or around 4, and also with government officials. And yeah, but first I have to go back. So first we realized that they have a blockchain center. They showed us that okay, Bali has a blockchain center, fully supported by the government. It's a government building, but fully backed by. And yeah, we said that why shouldn't the hub be there? It's convenient. So we had a couple of talks, negotiations, and by the end they agreed that we can have a dedicated space for the Polkadot hub and also for events. We went back to Hungary, but fortunately they could continue this beautiful journey. They had 7 block talks. They had the curated viewing party as well. Now they have the Soulbound event, which you were on as well, yes. Which was super cool. And who knows what comes next? Maybe it's a perfect location for, I don't know, the Polkadot Academy in the future. Also Polkadot Decoded. Mm-hmm. And who knows? I mean, it's a super huge building. You made a video. You probably will post the video, so your audience will be seeing that video. So it's like a huge campus. So it's basically perfect for Polkadot Academy.
And as I know, it's the second official Polkadot hub in the world.
No, so the story is at the moment. So there are some community members, we call ourselves the collective. Our job is basically to build the guidelines and the playbook for the upcoming hubs all over around the world. And the Bali hub is basically a case study. So we experiment here. All the boundaries and all of the possibilities what a hub should bring, and Bali here is the perfect location because with government agreement, so basically it's free and we are not depleting any money from the treasury, and we can experiment with that. And by the end of the year, probably we will have the whole playbook, you know, and also the guidelines, the tiering system, and everything. And yeah, and we can start the whole world, you know, to spread out this knowledge to all over the world. Yeah.
Well, and what do you think about Indonesia and the potential? Because and if you were surprised at how many projects are already building by Indonesian people, and it seems that they have a good potential. They have a very young community.
Yes, yes. I mean, it's super interesting. All the talks, you hear the numbers, you hear the percentages, you know, about adoption. But I think the main advantage here in Indonesia now, especially in Bali and in Denpasar, that, how I said, the government is fully backing crypto. So they want to make the second biggest industry, blockchain, which is amazing. And they want to implement blockchain, the technology, in their everyday life in a positive way, you know, and that's also highly, highly amazing. So there's a huge potential here. I will hope that Polkadot won't miss this opportunity, because as we saw in the last few days, I mean, it's basically like a race, you know.
Yes.
They just racing who will be the first, you know, to get their hands on the local community and stuff like that. But Polkadot is still strong, and fortunately Anto and his team are dedicated to Polkadot, so we have a high advantage. So, but let's keep this happen, you know. Let's make this happen. Yeah. So yeah, we need the community, we need you, we need everyone to make this happen.
I'm Yos Ginting. I'm the Vice Chairman of Digital Asset Trading in Indonesian Chambers of Commerce and Industry, Kadin, Indonesia.
Yeah, cool. And the main things about what I want to talk with you so today is many companies open that Asia is a very interesting area for Web3, for the crypto, for the project, and they're going here. And what about Indonesia? How the government looking on the Web3? What they vision today? On
Yeah, I can only tell from the industry player perspective. I think what we see is there is definitely a great interest with regard to the application and adoptions of this technology, especially to improve lots of processes. From this event, for example, in Koinvestasi, Bappenas has specifically invited those who are planning to have projects that may help or be able to improve processes such as land registry, identification card, and some other things which matches with what the property and the characteristic of blockchain. So the interest is there. What the goal or the task for the industry players is to be able to relate and communicate to them, to the government, and therefore they can understand better exactly which area where the technology can match and be able to help to improve the processes. Yeah.
How do you think they were already near to Web3 and crypto adoption in Indonesia?
I think, again, I can only use it from the things that I saw.
Yeah,
you can
sure.
see from this event, I think despite the fact that, you know, specific for the blockchain or crypto sector for to be more specific, the attendance are quite huge, the enthusiasms are actually there. And if I can see the trend that people or customer more and more demanding to certain applications that will probably can only be solved with the introduction or with the adoptions of the technologies such as Web3. The convenience, the fact that, you know, one ID you can do lots of things without having to log in and re-log in and re-authentication, for example. It's a clear positive things that users are waiting, and some of these players are actually trying hard to implement it. On the other side, the regulatory part also need to be able to keep up with those demands, because without the clear regulatory part, probably people will not know exactly where they want to go and having the full confidence that they will get a support.
So my name is Ken, and right now I'm a BD at Dagora. So Dagora is a multi-chain NFT marketplace which is under Coinetics ecosystem. And Coinetics is like the whole ecosystem. We have a wallet, we have an NFT marketplace, and also we have a few DEX on Solana and BNB chain. And then we have a whole like media agency in Vietnam as well. So that is something briefly about Coinetics right now. So the reason why we go to Bali right now for the CoinFest event as the main event, and then we want to have a look around in terms of Indonesian people, how they are doing in terms of the Web3 crypto, how they are preserving, and also like just enjoy the weather here. Yeah.
Did you discover something new about Indonesia? Did you maybe some open for you?
Yeah. So actually, like there are three main things I want to say about this CoinFest event. So beautiful weather, beautiful people, and lots of builders energy. Because I met with a lot of projects here. I met a lot of with the builders, also community members, and they are really excited about Web3 in terms of crypto, NFTs, and everything related. So that is something I would like to say about CoinFest, this series of events. Yeah.
What do you think about the potential Web3 for Asia? Because today Asia looks like maybe the best place for Web3 because we see how many companies great, from USA to Asia to Hong Kong to Singapore and so on. So what do you think?
Yeah, so actually Coinetics is based in Vietnam, so which is also an Asia country.
Yes.
And also like as we are seeing right now with the builders energy right here in Indonesia. And yeah, actually like we are coming to KBW as well, Korea Blockchain Week. So I would say that for Asia, especially the APAC region, the future is bright. There are so many builders here, as you mentioned, about many US and Canadian companies also joining us. And this is the place, like the weather is good for your developings whenever because sometimes the crypto is like 24/7, right? So sometimes it can be stressful. So the weather here is nice for you to sometimes get a chills, something like that. So yeah, that is my thoughts about the Asia country.
Alright, so hi guys, my name is Ricky. I am the CEO and founder of Paras. Paras is a multi-chain NFT marketplace. We started back in December 2020, so it's been 2+ years we've been building in the space. Right now we've done $26 million in volumes, and yeah, we're expanding to Polkadot, to the After Network to be precise, and yeah, happy to be here.
Cool. So can you share your feeling about the event, about the CoinFest? How was it?
CoinFest, well, it's amazing. Like I heard that almost 3,000 people coming in for CoinFest. So it's a lot bigger than last year event. So I do think it's this is bear market, but people are coming into the event. I mean, that's amazing. There are a lot of people. I've met a lot of a lot of old friends, a lot of new friends, and so yeah, I do think Bali as a hub, as a crypto hub, would be greatly increased in terms of like popularity. So yeah, it's gonna be great for all of us.
Today you organize an event Web3 Wave.
Yeah.
So what was the idea why you decided to do it?
Yeah, the side event that we organized is called Web3 Wave. Basically, just a way to connect with like-minded people, not just from a single chain or single project or just a single category NFT or fungible tokens. What we know, everyone's been invited here came from a lot of different backgrounds, from Web2, from Web3, from DeFi, from chain like Polkadot, from Near, from Asar. You know, we hope that we can connect with one another because we believe in the multi-chain world where the interoperability between projects and chains would be the best of our world in the future.
Okay. And the next question is about Asian potential. What do you think about it? Today, Asia looks very pretty, for companies. And we see how many companies come here and they live in other countries.
How many companies? I do think that at least 15 companies like coming in here, like both from like local projects to international projects. So like 15 companies or something. And for countries, not really sure, but we do have a lot of companies coming in from Indonesia and Vietnam at the moment. But yeah, I do think it's pretty diverse, not just these two countries, but a lot of different countries as well.
So we are here in Denpasar City in Bali. So we are here in the building of, we call the building is Dharma Negara Alaya building. But inside of this building, there is a Bali Blockchain Center. This building is the Bali Blockchain Center as the representative and also the laboratorium is how to implementing blockchain and like making blockchain to access people in Denpasar in Bali can access that blockchain easier when they want to learn, when they want to know the information, the right information, and like getting around and creating an event. So this is the place that the government of Denpasar are creating for like supporting the ecosystem and like blending with the local here. This is the lobby area. It's basically this building is like this is like digital creative building. There's a lot of community here, including Bali Blockchain Center. So there's a lot of creative economies happening in this building. Then this building is managed by the government, and there is the content inside is managed by Bakraf Denpasar. It's like a creative agency of Denpasar. This is our space of Bali Blockchain Center. So there is a Polkadot table over there because Polkadot is already in this is the Polkadot sanctuary basically. So and then Republic Rupiah table, Baliola table, and some of the developers they are developing a blockchain, developing dApps and like that. And yeah, there is also the officer table that focus on creating an event in Bali Blockchain Centers. We just finished our event here. So the Soulbound 2023, the Bali Blockchain Summit. So there will be a lot of panel. We're using this area is mostly for the NFT collection, gallery, a workshop for the artists of art. So we have like more than 127 artists that focus on NFTs, how to create NFTs. So this is the discussion room. This is the capacity is like 80 until 100 people. So we're using this space to create a blockchain talk every 2 weeks over here, and a lot of community using this as a education discussion. Learn about a lot of stuff in here also. So this is designing as a theater, so people can using it. The one thing you need to know in Denpasar is not only blockchain, they also have a movie community, film community. That's why we have a movie theater here. So this is the movie theaters that we have here. The capacity is like 70 people. And this is like supported by the government and supporting for the films and movie community. There's like 237 communities of films, and there's like short films, short movie, and then documentary films. They also in Denpasar, they're going to Clermont-Ferrand every single year to joining the festival over there. So this is the place, and we're also using it for maybe like closed workshop or something like that. This is the reading room. I mean, to creating video, we always use this room because the light is good, the color is great. But there is a lot of book over here. There is a lot of room here. For example, like this room is just a small working space for 3D printing community. So, and here the office of 3D printing strategy, and there is a lot of stuff is happening. It's office of Bakraf Denpasar also over there. They can come here and discuss with Bali Blockchain Centers. For every single content about blockchain in this building needs to be created by Bali Blockchain Centers, because we have a certain do and don'ts from the government to using this building regarding to a crypto community. Yeah, because we need to find out this is a good project or not. Because when you have a event in this building, that means you will get supported. So we need to find out the right project that we need to support. You know, but let's see outside there. This is the meeting room. We have it, and we have classroom. You want to see the classroom? Let's see the classroom. We have two classrooms, the big one and small one. This classroom is really fitting like 100 people. A lot of meeting room. There is 3 meeting room there. And this is the radio, the government radio.
Oh.
Yeah, they have a radio, but the public, and we are like on air every single month, one time, and talking blockchain in the radio. Just want to informing the local here about blockchain. And this is the cafe, Mulai. This is a startup also.
Yes.
Yeah, this is a startup. There is a community that maintain this cafe shop. Let's see, the community of barista, community of cooker, chef, like that. So let's go outside. This is open space, co-working space. You can use it. There is a free internet inside. There is an electric thing, and people using it for like, yeah. Sometimes students using it. Sometimes there is people professional want to have a working. The upstairs is our main auditoriums, but until this November. It will be closed because it got renovated. The stage will be bigger. There's like 600 people inside.
Oh.
The quota is really big. If you're seeing, this is the amphitheater. The same is using for the dance school, dance like university or elementary school student. They want to dance. They're using this place, but absolutely they're using like evening tonight. Because it's quite hot over here.
Yeah.
Yeah. But this is a hall of fame. Basically, this is the guys, gentleman, lady who creating Bali. How is it now?
Interesting style.
Yeah. So this is the people that protecting our culture, protecting, creating how our culture be implemented, and how our culture can be still can used by the people in Bali and collaborate with modern world. You know. So this is the guys who do this. There is the hall, everyone can use it. Sometimes they use it for the exhibition. The booth is over here. We have a festival inside, and then there's a booth over here. Sometimes there is a like standing party over here also, and there's a lot of things happening. This is the main office here. This is the office of head of Bekraf Denpasar and also the mayor of Denpasar. So we're using it, sometimes we're using for VIP, you know, visitors, for example, like ministry, sometimes coming here. Then there would be like a mayor or like governors coming, so we're holding it here. So,
very important room.
Very important room. That's why we call it Ruang Kreatif Kaja Kangin. It's like, you know, Northeast. Northeast in Balinese, Northeast is like the central of the energy of the universe has come from Northeast. So every single energy of creatives come from this building, this room, because this room is like the regulator room. So this is what we believe in. But if creativity don't have any rules, the problem is the community, it will be harming the community. That's why it's not to be ruled, it's just to be aligned. So the creativity in Denpasar, in Bali, is need to be aligned. It's not free, but it's aligned with something. Every creativity, every art needs to have a foundation and align with the foundation, and that is Bali is happening. That's why you're seeing the dancing, because you see everything in Bali. It's like, it's so beautiful, it's so meaningful and everything, because they have a foundation that they follow and align with that foundation. If it is so free, something bad will happen because there's nothing inside. My project is called Mandala Chain. Mandala Chain is the cross blockchain that we're creating, and is focused on the enterprise implementation. So we're seeing there is every single entity, every single government, they have their own way to do something. You know, they have their own SOP. Sometimes they want to like doing themselves and everything. So we're seeing that there is no blockchain. I love the Polkadot, you know, underline that is there is no one blockchain for everything. So we are believing that in that statement, and yeah, we are creating Mandala Chain. So this Mandala chain assists all the entity to create their own blockchain inside, their own private chain inside with the technology of Mandala chain. And when we discussing this with the government, they love it, the idea, and they want to learning and I want to exploring how they can implement the technology. Because when we, this is quite hard to explain to the government, separating crypto and blockchain inside. So finally, they grasped the idea that blockchain is different than crypto. Blockchain is the technology, crypto is the asset that will be like supporting the technology. This is like incentive or underlying the technology is the underlying of the asset. So when they understand this, they want to align every single thing to the blockchain because they know that blockchain can supporting the data protection, they're supporting on identity protection, data sovereign, everything. So the government in Denpasar are really supporting it, and they want to explore, and they want the Mandala chain to like aligning them to this era, the new Web3 era.
I'm one also of the main organizer of the Soulbound Bali Blockchain Summit. Last year it was Bali Crypto Week. This year we rebranded in Bali Blockchain Summit and we gave the name Soulbound. So because this is a festival, an event that is dedicated to promoting the adoption and the use of blockchain technology and make people understand what is going on in this environment, in this space, how we can work together, collaborate and create new opportunities, we decided that we wanted to partner with a big player involved in this ecosystem, and that's why Internet Computer Protocol that I represent here in Indonesia and Polkadot, we joined forces to power this event and make sure that it could happen. But we had also so many other partners that joined, that wanted to be part of it. Here you have the list of most of them that participated in an active way, and we are really happy about especially the first day event because we had more than 250 people that showed up, and we started this morning at 9. It's 4 p.m. It's been a crazy event, super nice, a lot of interesting talk, insights, so really grateful for what happened today.
And tell me please, what do you think about the potential of crypto in Indonesia and Indonesian people? Because I heard that you a lot of speak today about it.
Yes, so I think Indonesia, you know, is a very powerful place, especially because of its, let's say, data related to Indonesia. First of all, it's the 4th most populated country in the world. 25% of the population is below 15 years of age. 65% of the population is between 15 and 60. So this means that they are in the perfect age to work. Then you had only in 2019 more than $2 billion that have been invested in startup. We have so many unicorns that came from here, like Tokopedia, TokoCrypto, Gojek. So you know that this is a place where there is a lot of talent. And despite the number in terms of blockchain and crypto adoption are low, because only 4% of the population know about this technology, we actually can see that there is so much room to grow, that this is the right place actually to be, because it's young, because its economy is strong. The GDP of all Indonesia is around 5%, compared to the rest of the world that is very little, and only Bali it's 8.7%. So if you think these are very interesting data to understand that this is the right emerging country where to promote adoption, education, evangelism. And this is exactly what we are doing with Internet Computer Protocol, because we just opened a hub here in Indonesia, but the concept of the hubs, it's something that we are doing it worldwide, because we understood that blockchain is not a global product, it's a local product. Think globally, act locally, but at the same time you have to keep in mind tradition, culture, regulation, the adoption, what are the bottlenecks, and then face these problems in take them not as challenges but as opportunities that you can use, you know, to leverage the potential of blockchain technology. And I think that Indonesia is going to be, you know, the best country where to do it, because we are really in the top of the world.